Susan, this is extremely upsetting and disturbing, and there's a lot we're hearing that we're still working to confirm, but we can accurately report that he was shot in the back of the head, and he's at the hospital fighting for his life. This is a huge scene here, as you can imagine. Behind me is the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, blocked off, now a crime scene. You're looking at surveillance video now from the sheriff's station of that ambush. You see a black car that pulls up from the left at the red light alongside the LASD deputy's cruiser. I mean, you can't see the shots fired, but the black vehicle then drives away. The sheriff's cruiser slowly rolls forward and then comes to a stop. A text message from the sheriff's department that there will be taken to the hospital in his cruiser, and then the ambulance met up with him on the road, and then his colleague got in the cruiser and met them at the hospital. So this is aerials from Sky Fox, video of his cruiser that's surrounded by yellow tape evidence, and you can see people looking in the windows. It's number 847 on the hood. So Sheriff Luna flew to the hospital in one of the helicopters, and hundreds of deputies quickly arrived as well. It's just been one after another, the blue and red lights here at the sheriff's station and at the hospital, and people just praying that he's able to recover. We spoke to a neighbor here who was terrified watching deputies here on Avenue Q right by the station, searching her backyard looking for evidence.
And it's dark back here, so yeah, it is scary. I mean, I thought I felt safe because the police station's right there. It's very sad, and I do send my prayers to the family and his loved ones. I hope they find the guy. I really do.
Deputies with flashlights have been searching every inch of this area. As far as we know, still trying to find who did this to the sheriff's deputy. They're knocking on doors, scouring the area for evidence, and there's been obviously an outpouring of support here in the community and all over social media for this deputy and for his family. We're expecting to get some official information from the sheriff's department. As soon as they release that, of course, we'll bring it to you. We're expecting that in about an hour, hopefully sooner, but it definitely, Susan, does not look good.
And we begin here at 8 with breaking news. An LA County Sheriff's deputy found unresponsive in his patrol car in Palmdale. You're taking a live look at the scene right now. You can see just how large this scene is and how many deputies there have responded. Right now, we know this scene is near the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, right on East Avenue Q.
Several sources are telling us here at KKL News that a deputy was found slumped over the wheel of his patrol car in front of the substation there. They also say he was found with a gunshot wound to the back of his head, but that has not been officially confirmed yet by LASD at this hour. He was taken to the Antelope Valley Medical Center. His condition is still unknown, and just a few minutes ago we were watching live pictures come from the hospital, and we saw a sheriff's chopper land at scene. We do know that the sheriff is on his way. We haven't determined yet whether that was the sheriff himself or possibly family members from this deputy. We also do not have any information yet on a possible suspect at this hour.
Yeah, and you can see there on your screen, this is video earlier from SkyCal, where you can see just the investigation unfolding here. It looked like they were trying to find some evidence on the roadway. This here is a scene outside the Palmdale Sheriff's Station. You can see people staged outside, everyone wondering what is going on. This video that we got from the Citizens app here is just the major response headed to help that deputy. As you mentioned, Ross, right now sources saying that we believe this deputy was shot. We have yet to get that confirmed with LASD. I did speak to someone over at the Sheriff's Department moments ago, and they told me this officer's condition right now is not looking well, but they're remaining hopeful surrounding him, and we know the sheriff will be out there as well.
Yeah, sources are telling me that the deputy's condition is grave. We do understand from multiple sources that it was perhaps a passerby that spotted this deputy slumped over the wheel of his cruiser, and then inside the station, deputies ran out to see exactly what was going on. Sources are telling us that it appears to be a gunshot wound to the back of the head.
Breaking news we continue to follow tonight. A sheriff's deputy rushed to the hospital, shot in his patrol car in Palmdale.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ross Palumbo.
And I'm Leslie Manning. We are learning that deputy is in critical condition at this hour.
Sources say the LA County deputy was found slumped over the wheel of his patrol car just outside of the sheriff's substation at Avenue Q and Sierra Highway. The deputy was then rushed to the hospital 10 miles away at Antelope Valley Medical Center in Lancaster.
And KCAL News reporter Lori Perez joins us now outside the hospital with the very latest. Lori.
Yeah, we actually just moments ago just moved about a block away from the hospital to a location where they're going to be holding a press conference, but not for some time. Now, just beyond the building behind me, a really intense scene has unfolded outside the emergency room. As we've been telling you all night, there are scores of sheriff's deputies who have arrived, parked there. We saw them standing in groups outside of the emergency room, awaiting news. We drove by trying to get a sense and a lay of the land. And about 20 minutes ago, the sheriff's department tweeted out the first confirmation of what happened, saying simply a deputy was shot in his patrol car, transported to a local hospital. And at 9:30 tonight, they said he was listed in critical condition. We have a new video that we want to show you right now. A source telling us this video shows the suspect car pulling up to the deputy's car. You see it pause. It speeds away. We now have no information on a suspect or suspects yet. This video showing just how quickly this might have gone down and how suddenly, how unexpectedly an LASD chopper arrived at the hospital earlier this evening. It's unclear if that was carrying family members or perhaps Sheriff Robert Luna added to the intensity of the gathering outside of the emergency room there. Word that the deputy had a medical condition. Sources since then have been he was shot in the head, some using the word ambushed, saying it happened as he was in his patrol car after having just dropped off a trainee at the sheriff's station. He was just a block or so away when a citizen reportedly spotted him in distress, something wrong, and went to the sheriff's station to let them know what they saw and that he needed help. Deputies reportedly then ran to the patrol car and found the officer hurt. There is a massive scene.
This evening at approximately 6 p.m., our deputy was on duty, in uniform, working in a patrol car from the Palmdale Sheriff's Station. He was discovered unconscious in his vehicle by a Good Samaritan near the intersection of Sierra Highway and Avenue Q in the city of Palmdale. The Good Samaritan immediately reported it to the Palmdale station personnel. Deputy personnel transported our deputy to the Antelope Valley Medical Center, where he was treated for a gunshot wound. Despite the medical staff's best efforts to save our deputy's life, regrettably, he succumbed to his injuries. At this time, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department homicide investigators are investigating the murder of our deputy. Detectives are in the initial stages of this investigation and seeking the public's assistance to apprehend this suspect. So I'm going to continue with my notes, but I'm just going to pause. We really need your help. We need to get this guy off the street, guy or guys. He's a public safety threat. He ambushed and killed, murdered one of our deputies. We need your help to get him off the street.
He said that this attack on this deputy, he does see it as a targeted attack, maybe not specifically on this one deputy, but on the department, on LASD, and he really was quite affected as he spoke about what happened tonight.
Three generations, Lori, serving as law enforcement. Lieutenant Mike Klickenboomer, very well known. There tonight, the sheriff saying that this touches everyone especially since everyone knew Mike. Ryan himself had been on duty for 8 years, and becoming a trainer, no small thing.
Yeah.
Means you're one of the
Field
best.
training officer.